Stuck of a face, relegate banana bao. Eba hana skabala, it's still a night. Stuck of a face.
Eta Ola, this is your boy Peter KARABO, also known as Mr. Hamilton. Welcome to the very first motherfucking episode of Pharaphare TV and podcast. As your host, our very first fucking visitor, we have Mr. Pharaphare in the building. Okay, we have our guy there, our cameraman or our light guy or mic guy, sound engineer and everything, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Alright, okay, so on our very first episode, what day is today?
29.
Okay, wait.
28.
No. Let me check on my ROLEX. The 28th.
28th
of
September 2020 motherfucking 3. We are here to give you the scoop, to give you the news that is accurate, comments that is fair. You get what I'm saying? You relate, huh? Okay, so Mr. Pharaphare, welcome to our very first episode of Pharaphare TV and podcast. How do you feel about having you as a visitor in your Pharaphare TV and podcast?
How can I be a visitor at my house or in my house?
That's reasonable enough, but then you know what I mean.
Okay, let me just say, to be honest, this thing, I don't know how to feel. I don't want to lie. I'm not sure, but then I think it's good. Like, it's good, I think.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. How do you feel having your very first episode of your TV and podcast?
Of course, man, I feel so blessed. I don't want to lie. I feel so, what's the right word? I feel so prodigious. It feels so sublime, like so wondrous, man. Like, because I never thought that maybe I would have a God just to study. Mm-hmm. Yes, but then I feel good.
We get that.
But I'm very, very nervous. I don't want to lie.
We get that.
Yes.
Okay, so moving to our next question. Tell us, man, where and when and how this whole thing, this Pharaphare thing started. Because it seems like you're using Pharaphare everywhere you go. You have Pharaphare Productions, of which it's your photography company. You have Mr. Pharaphare. You are a DJ. You are an MC. You are a photographer. You do everything, man. How did it all start and when did it all start?
Like how it started, it's funny because it started in church,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, but I am an interpreter.
Okay.
Like, yes, I translate in church. Like, so this other time I was translating the word authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like authentic, it's more like when you say like an official thing or a genuine thing or a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they were saying, okay, this item, like I was interpreting this guy from USA.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Prophet Vaughn. So he came to our church. Then as I was busy interpreting, so like I was like deep, like whatever word that he was saying, I was able to translate from like a US accent into like our paid language. Right. So then he said,
are you that best? Are you that best?
I think I'm trying, but then up to so far, there's no interpreter that can come closer to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that guy, he said, this guy, like the way he's saying it, he says things like an authentic interpreter.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, I was translating, and then I said, Motako kamho I interpretanga Pharaphare. Then he was like, yeah, Pharaphare. But then though he did not understand, but then the way crowd and people, like congregation, were receiving how I was interpreting. Mm-hmm. Then he said, yeah, this guy, like, he said, what Pharaphare, what? Then from there, then he started to say, hey, Pharaphare, what, you see? So then when I got home, I was like, oh. Then I went to Facebook, I changed my name. I was like, Motlatuludi Pharaphare.
Pharaphare.
Yeah, then I wanted to use the name Pharaphare. Though when time went, I was like, okay, excuse. Then I started a company. It's more like an engineering company. It is registered. Then
You have engineering company?
Yes, I've got an engineering company. Registered one.
That's nice.
Yes, I registered it in 2017.
Okay.
So it is Pharaphare Holdings. So I wanted something that I can relate or that can relate with me, but then not with my names, like as in my real name.
Yeah.
Yes, then I was like, okay, Pharaphare Holdings in 2017. Then 2018, I was doing like comedy, but then in a form of news. Then I wanted to name like that whole thing. I was like Pharaphare Comedy News, right? Then at the same time, I started to design like posters as a graphic designer. I was like, oh. Then I started with what's that? Photography. Then I was like, oh, Pharaphare Productions, right? So there are quite a lot of things. Like when I'm DJing, like you said, I'm Mr. Pharaphare, MCing, Mr. Pharaphare, comedy, Mr. Pharaphare. Like I'm also a poet. Like when you can come into poems, I'm also Mr. Pharaphare. Oh, so yeah, that's how it came about. Like there are quite a number of things that is under Pharaphare.
I always heard that you are a poet.
Yes.
From high school. And this comedy news thing have generated from high school.
Yes, I would say so. But then with poetry started in primary, I think grade 6. Yes, which is standard 2. I was still young.
Very young.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice.
Can you please elaborate for us gore di thumile jwang gore o find out gore you are a comedian?
Okay, it started in grade 8. So what happened, we were doing art and culture. So they gave us, I think, 2 weeks to prepare something, like maybe it's either choir, poetry, or like those things. So like in school, like we have those people yes, but like they don't even prepare. So sometimes abadiri like we are dash, we are zero. Yes, we were like those kids.
You were that kind.
Yes, not that I was not smart, but then just because peer pressure, like I was lazy. So what happened, I was like, I think we were 6 or 7 who did not prepare on that day. So the group never prepared. So then we had, I think maybe it was at least 15 minutes just to prepare something. So then we were like, oh, how can we do this thing? Then I was like, okay. So I was gonna be an MC. This other guy, it was his graduation, so he was graduating. Then like other people, the other one was a father, uncle, and more like mantra. So but mantra so now, but then I was an MC. Then that's when I started to say like, oh, okay. Then I cracked few jokes there. Then people like received those jokes, and then they laughed like so hard. Even the teacher, I think we were the best group that day
because of your jokes.
Yes, and because how like I delivered those jokes, ne? Because it's like a builder, and then from there, a crack. Then that's how it took me. Oh, okay. And then, the same very year, like every year, farewell, grade 12. So, either towards farewell, no, at least can you at least prepare something like maybe 3, 4, 5 jokes? Then that's when okay. Like most people, but stand up comedy. But then normally figure out comedy, and my introduction is like, this is your boy aka Mr. Pharaphare, all the way from Solomondale Kazi, Yamakazi 7 Apollos, the only stand-up comedian who can do comedy while sitting down. Because normally when I do comedy, stand-up comedian who does comedy while sitting down. You know?
Shit.
So yes, because I just want to pull the crowd say, guys, listen, there's a big thing, there's a big thing coming. Then they give me the attention.
That's nice.
Yes, and I just write things down as if I'm reading news like more like news reading, but then creating jokes.
Okay, we hear that. We appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
It's so good how self-entrepreneurs like you made it this far in life. I mean, you're even wearing a Rolex, man. You're flexing. This is super nice. So tell us about your background. Who are you? Where you come from? How did you grow up?
Okay, you know. Okay, let me start like this. Gerrit Moswati Masukwameng.
That's your full name.
Yes, that's my full name. Like most people, they used to call me Swaziland.
Swaziland.
Yes, I was a Sneeman back in the days.
Sneeman.
Yes, like back in the days, like way. Like,
You used to sell weed.
Straight.
Was your weed that?
Kanja, yeah.
Bro, I used to sell like real stuff, man. Like.
Was your weed that shit?
It was shit.
Was
bro.
it good shit?
We are the ones who introduced that thing. What we call 5 scave. You know 5 scave?
Yeah.
Back in the days when there was still 5, like those benches.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was in our time when.
Where did you take your weed?
Bruh, come on. From the tree.
Okay.
Yes. So, my background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my weed, the weed. No, I used to sell. I don't know if maybe did you smoke weed?
Sometimes.
Okay. There's this one they call it California Orange.
All right.
Devon Poison.
I don't know that.
Purple Haze.
Purple Haze. I know.
Devon
Yeah.
Poison. Yeah.
You know, yes, those stuff like Swazi, you know them. Those
Yeah.
Yes.
Swaziland. That was your
They used to call me
nickname.
Swaziland.
Yeah.
I was nearly arrested because of the name.
Tell us about that.
About maybe me.
You being near.
Never getting too personal.
So you know what happened was like 2011. Yeah? Yes, 2011. So I was selling Zolo, like as I was saying. So what happened, it was like, because like Rena, like in our days, never started name and getting like maybe more cousin or name and chepe by the time. So what happened, never this other guy, Narikisha Mokonyamon. Like starasa go na CBs, like Kumasola, CBs, like CBs, because my first started go on the taverne, go on the taverne, go fast on the taverne, and the money started so on Magula Manji. So the started seven busy. So Majida never only allowed to wait a regisha Zoro Mokonyamon. So Nagasha Zoroga or Bakari, because so much never drank, never fit out till I'm more parting, so now that guy. Like how is it possible to try to fit more? Balata. So like
Yeah, babe. I've been running. Yeah. I saw
so
but I have to cut this part.
no, don't worry.
No, don't worry.
Action.
Guys, we apologize for that. So now, how is it possible to fit So this other weekend, it was early weekend. So get to stock of 4,000.
Okay.
Zola 4,000.
You used to make that lot of money.
Can like stock calculate 4,000. Get right? So Ilerika Friday late. You got next to bank 4. Like you are next to bank 4. Because getting Friday again, or the rest or exchange Kazor. Well, so get stock some 4,000. Or can collect the bank for nearly 5 scave. Again. So Raor on Chabakai, 20 randa from 4,000. Which is 3,808 rand. So, early in the morning, correction fell over. So it fell later. So I get more party police. okay shabana ke amo ke tsore zo zaka azole fedile ke amo ke ya ke boyo ke kra ka room ka braga be ke clean ne go le sharp ke kra lo tshebe dile ka godimo ga toropo tshebe dile ka toropong di tletse mo mpete ba bona di tletse le mo fast so be ke butse ka gane be ke wa ne ba ra loko something ke a bona ke butse ke bintsha ba ra mapolisa ne mo nya ka banya ba re banya ka zolo na rickshaw zo kere ba re ke ro sharp ba re ba ile ba tlo ba go sasa ka Sunday. So ka Sunday, the following Sunday,
so asaba ikere zolo because
Fedi. Yes. Well, so ka Sunday ba. So ne gona le gore maneng ka motho ha ba ke driving. And mo ke beng driving, mapolisa ba tle ba tswa re zolo, ba nya ka zolo. So e shina ke tsore ke bereka ba ke na go lo lesa. Well, la mana re no relax, ska lesa. E no sa ka e fela tla bola go gaming. Sharp. So damana re no go no re bereka bya karai next na ke ka mo go ke sa eminya sharp damane abo ya ka so Monday early in the morning vena mapolisa ya tlada wa bona mapolisa ba etla kwa ba kokota ka rumong ya patlale le wa rumong a go tsuba so because maybe na le go tsuba a go so wa rona ka o diang o tla batla go share ang khaletso le ba mo dipetsa solo mo letso ba re monna ona o jere ka paje e go damane o re ora ke le ke tsamaya so ke re ke kwa swa ka pa la o teng mo kwa ntsubisha so
Dimmalai.
na jurile wa bona so sharp e ba bula le batile la ka le na le ntwa ka mo fase ona ntwa le batia ka mo fase ya go thiba dust ya so ba ile ga ba le bula so ntwa ya grip no ga re ya grip like like ya grip so le batile la se bulere la e go ba go so ba le pushite ya grip again la ba thaka pressure la bua mo go bona so ba nagana gore maybe ka go ga re ke di eng
wa push
ka ba tsena na karana na ka mo pae ba bona so ba butcha da warra ba re and then motharo be jenga mo go ma cause mapolisa ne ba nya ka motho ba sa motsebe ba re no ke warra ba re warra ma are ke moswa ba re manye ke na o tla di swazi mo go jetsa
esa
sorry ke na re tshadi zo lo yabo
sure
ba kitima la monna mapolisa ba kitima la monna warra wa tsena o le go butse kana ke re ke mo phone di ka mo tara ke account ya mapolisa so na pila ga e tla mo bona wa tsena ba renten o ke ma wa bona so warra a nya go tla le bitso la nnete wa bona cause ne re tlo le mjare ke motswala botse bitse ke yang ke mara ke motswala bo mma so kana wa tsoe ba go la ka re no re ko ba re motswala ke motswala na go re motswala na go re khazi wa bona so ba bitsa ba re ola go la diso la ba tsubi ba re gona ba re and then o ke ma o ra ke motswala ba re motswala wa ma khazi yes okay sharp fede mapolisa na plida mana bo butsa ba re mona go ba re tshelo ba re no rawo a uthela gore ke nna go rekisha or ba re ndene ka arai no zolo e fedile mar no gore ke be ke sa le stoko so ke pala go yere ka ke kula ba re le nya le ka motho re kshandi zo ba re ke wa bona ka wara okay shabara per tlo ba mona re nya ga zo tlo mapolisa so mo tshorna o tletsa o itsa ka arai ke ga motlhare yes wa bona ya so kile ka ba snema back in the day mara no
asanga waswaro I was by that moment.
Yes.
That's nice. So tell us here, what is it that we should expect from you now? Like, what's new? What are you doing? What have you done so far?
What have I done? Okay. About what you should expect, I think you should just be surprised, but then you can just expect a lot of things. For instance, the podcast. I believe like there are gonna be more episodes every week. Yes, and then music and also music.
Music.
Yes.
I heard you released a new song.
Actually, there are two songs.
2 songs. I only know one.
No, the other one. There is this new one.
Only this one, Barishupa Shupa. I know that.
Yes.
What's the other one?
Body at the Sam.
Oh.
Or patela punchline ya Barishupa mo re ko
Barishupa.
Yeah.
But what Barishupa? Eric. Okay, it's more like it's a story, né? The true, more like a true story, kind of based song. So, it's more like a guy who's suffering, and then Pharaphare wa tseba re tshole ka only out o sa no zola lo di survive sharp banyana ba o ke serious so that guy ore ba re seba ba re bua ga re ba bongusha ba re seba ba re bua ga re ba they talk they stalk they'll stop just push just move don't stop they will stop so wa busha re ka mo jolo ga ke sa bua ka mo shela angana ka mo texter I'm blue tick I'm ghoster I shoot my shot one block are ke azula mara a ke pop so no ke karabela ke one day ke tlo pop ka pop and pop champagne one day ke tlo tshwara billion pay my bills and buy biliato one day ke tlo tshwara 100 grand buy Grand Joe and chill with Mick G cause Mick G can tona ya
Kill up.
Yes.
So what real story is it based on this song? What was happening there?
You know, man, like I feel like when there's anything like when everything is stagnant in your life, like girls don't take you serious, bro. Like nowadays, actually I used to put this status on my WhatsApp that girls, I'm too broke to be in a relationship.
I saw that.
Yes, because I know what most of the like 99.9999 recurring person relationship, and which is true. Like out there when you're broke. They don't communicate and go snap date.
Yeah, so you provide.
Yeah,
Can she buy you that?
Yeah,
Can she buy you that?
So
Can she take you out?
she can, but then if Liana she's broke,
Then you're broke.
then
Focus on your shit, your love.
then how are you going to communicate? Please call Gamoke 18. Come on. Like no, but like hi baby, I'm by the gate. Hi baby, can you please meet the spare? No, please call a spare. And then please call a person that's like, oh why? Like
You cannot say please call spare while you're going to spare. If you can afford meal or go spare, then you can afford data.
Oh, bad example. But then please call cake. Ongusha. Oh, fika please call cake. Usaye tla gapo wena. No se metoro. And oka se fika personalize gapo reng. Please call gate.
Yeah.
Yes. Ongusha sala ka bona call back engwe. Ya ngwana mo please call gate. No, we're supposed to meet. So that's like majority is expensive.
Yeah, it was into Zule, right?
Please call get mate.
Hey, what?
Okay.
Yes, man.
No, I get that.
Oh, what you should expect? No, man. There are a lot of things. Like, for example, now I want to start this other program. It's more like Pharaphare talent search and awards.
Okay.
Yes, whereby
How is it going to work?
We'll be helping like a lot of young talents that are not recognized, like just to be recognized. Like we'll start in a form of more like a competition annually, or I think annually it will work. So whereby we'll be calling all talents to compete, like dancing, music, poetry, drama. Yes, and then the winner will just maybe will get at least maybe 5K, 3K, something like that.
An amount.
Yes, an amount, and maybe
is that
in a plug. Maybe we can call a few artists just to feature you if you're a singer. A drama, we can call maybe a certain studios or film production. We plug you. Dancing, can see what we can do.
Okay, that's nice. Is that you giving back to the community?
Yes, more like.
No, that's super nice, man. Like you are needed in the community. Big up to you.
Yes.
Big up to you. We thank you for having you today. You can tell our viewers there, Amachi's boy, Amachi's girl, Uguti Bazoktolapi, Batokrakai, where will they find you? And then
Okay, I think on Facebook Gert G like Pharaphare. Instagram Mr_Pharaphare, Twitter Mr_Pharaphare, TikTok, the same everything.
Mr_Pharaphare.
Yes, and I think also on YouTube Mr. Pharaphare.
Okay, that's nice. We thank you for having you here. We thank you for watching this very first episode of Pharaphare TV and podcast. Better subscribe and like for more interviews. We're gonna give you the more best visitors. Since we have our CEO here today, we decided to start with him to give you the scoop of what and how and why this whole thing started. This Pharaphare thing. You get what I'm saying? As your boy Peter KARABO, aka Sir Hamilton, I say enjoy your evening, enjoy the rest of your living days till we meet again. Bam! Oh!